Okay, in this third section of the case study question, all right, you have this question. With recent changes in the economy, there has been significant talks about the Federal Reserve raising interest rate. What would be the approximate decline in the value of James' portfolio if interest increases to 7.43%? Okay, so now what happened is that the current yield is 7. It will increase to 7.43. So this means that you have a increase of 0.43%. Okay, so essentially if I plot out the curve, right, currently you are here, oops, 7. Okay, it's going to increase to 7.43. In other words, you have a delta of 0.43. Okay, positive. Okay, and as we know it, right, as interest or yield in the market increases, bond price decreases. So basically the question is, all right, what is the effect, okay, on price? Okay, so you are given yield change, you are given the current duration 5 years. This is definitely the Macaulay duration. Okay, so based on this information given to you, okay, how can you evaluate the changes in the value of the portfolio? Okay, now in order to understand this, you must first derive the modified duration, right? Okay, now how do you solve it? You need to know the formula. All right, the modified duration equals to the Macaulay duration over 1 plus, okay, y over m, right? Okay, and y is the current yield, okay, m is the compounding period. So your Macaulay duration given to you is 5 years over 1 plus the yield of the market currently is 7. Bonds are semi-annual, equal to by 2. Okay, so sorry, 7% is 0.07. Oops, let me put it properly. Sorry about that. Okay, 0.07. Okay, so you get a modified duration of 4.83092. Okay, this is again in years. All right, now we have to calculate modified duration because in the context of measuring price sensitivity, right, with interest rate changes, we need to use the equation. Okay, basically it says here the change, all right, of price, okay, in terms of percentage, right, is equals to negative d. This essentially is the modified duration, okay, multiplied by the change in interest. Okay, now what this means is that if I have a interest rate that goes up, okay, this negative sign tells me that the price will change downward. Okay, if I have interest rate that goes down, okay, that means negative I. Negative gives me positive, that means the price must go up. Okay, so this is how we interpret this particular equation, right? In the class, I think this has been explained very clearly. Okay, so you have this equation. Okay, you must know all these formulas. Okay, so what you do is you plug in the numbers that you have calculated from here. Negative, right? Duration here is 4.83092. 4.83092 multiplied by change in interest rate is positive 0.43. Okay, so you add on to 0.0043% because it's 0.43% change. You convert this to decimal. Okay, and you should get a duration of 2.1%. Okay, and remember this is negative. Okay, so with that the answer has to be B. Okay, now in your exam, right, if you don't know this equation, by right you won't be able to calculate this answer. Okay, so if you don't know the equation, my best solution for you is put C. Okay, skip the 2 marks, make a wild guess, just put C and then move on. Okay, but then if you understand the theory, okay, of the bond duration, what's going to happen is this. You look at the interest rate. If my interest rate increases, my bond price definitely must drop, right? And look at the options here. Increase by 1%, 3%, 5%. These are all positive, which cannot be the answer because your bond price will drop. Okay, B has to be the most obvious answer. Okay, so I don't know whether this kind of questions or answers will be set in the exam, but if you have a stupid examiner like me setting a question like that, okay, then this 2 marks is for you to get it. Okay, and sometimes, all right, in the exam, examiners pretend to be stupid, okay, because they want to try to give you the marks. All right, so that's why I say in the exam, right, a lot of times it's your psychology. Okay, you need to calm yourself down and then logically think things through. Okay, in the event that you couldn't understand the question, or you didn't study that portion of the curriculum. Okay, I wouldn't recommend this in practice. Okay, but just to get through the exam, sometimes these are the techniques that you can adopt. Okay, so I hope that this little tip here does some help for you. Sometimes you can see things like this happening. That's why I say, as far as possible, if you have something that you don't understand, try to eliminate the choices, think the question through, okay, to help you. Otherwise, all right, this is the way to solve for it. Now, what this essentially means is that if I have interest rate going up by 0.43%, my bond price will go down by 2.1%. So let's say I'm given a bond price of $900, just a small example initially. Okay, what's going to happen here is that, since I have this, right, let's say the market value of this bond portfolio is 143040. What's going to happen is that if my interest rate goes up to 7.43, my bond price here will go down by 2.1%. Okay, so you convert this to dollar value, you get the drop. You can also calculate what is the dollar value in your bond portfolio. Okay, so in the exam, I can also set the question to be more challenging to get you to calculate, all right, what is the decrease in the bond price. Okay, so basically just take 2.1% multiplied by the value, you get the answer. Okay, so you can see again, there are many ways to test you on the same concepts. All right, but the very basic you must know is when bond interest or the yield go up, bond price goes down. Okay.